No pressure out the back here, bud. Nice straight. Keep putting the heat on.
Suarez is driving the race of his career.
Bring him up, piñata, boys. On boy! Yeah!
Daniel Suarez is a NASCAR Cup winner.
So damn proud of you. Awesome job. How about that, amigo? Burn it down, brother.
I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Love you guys. Yeah.
Hey race fans, welcome to the preview show. I'm Kim Coon alongside Alan Cavanna, and we are getting you ready as the NASCAR Cup Series heads west.
Yeah, heading west, Sonoma, wine country, lefts and rights, another road course on the schedule. I love this time of year.
And you mentioned road course, rule change this year for the road courses.
Yeah, big reminder, no stage breaks for road courses this year. They still pay the stage points, so those are valuable, but no cautions during those stage breaks. What does that mean? Strategy calls. Old school strategy calling for road courses is back. I loved it, what we saw in COTA, because you think about what Tyler Reddick did. He had such a good car. His team was able to use strategy and say, we're going to make an extra pit stop and we're going to drive through the field again, because they didn't have those pre-planned cautions that everybody could plan around and strategize around. This really lends itself to old school strategy calls. We're going to see it again this week. The point's still there. No cautions.
That's right, and you likely won't see teams diving off the track onto pit lane before the end of the stage. You're going to see a lot of strategy. It's just going to unfold a little bit more organically. And the big question, will we see a two-stop race win or a three-stop race? We've seen both of those work at Sonoma. Last year, though, it was Daniel Suarez in victory lane, so the big question is, can he repeat?
Yeah, he had a great race, obviously, last year. He started 8th, led the entire second half of that race. What I like most about Suarez this season, though, is just looking back to last week in Gateway. He had a great run coming off a horrific month of May. He did not have the results that you would expect out of that 99 car, but last week in Gateway, top 10, probably should have been a top 5, running that well. Does that mean momentum? I think it does for the 99, going back to a track that he won at last year. I like his chances to repeat, at least run better. They have to get in better direction.
I love that they have the momentum. I do agree with momentum. I'm going to disagree. I don't think he repeats. They were great last year.
Amigos.
Yes, they were great last year.
Amigo.
But there were other drivers that were great too that just had mistakes. So if other drivers clean up their mistakes, I think it's going to be a hard race for Daniel Suarez to repeat. You look at Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott, both great road course racers, both had mistakes on pit road last year. Kevin Harvick, he had an issue where he had a pit stop that lasted longer than 20 seconds, ultimately rebounds to finish 4th. So just too many good drivers in the field to just go ahead and say, yes, he's got it in the bag, he's going to repeat.
For the longest time, we thought about road courses and Hendrick Motorsports. They only won one road course race last year.
Ooh.
So this next gen, I don't know if they have it figured out. That has me wondering about Chase Elliott. Yes, Mr. Popular is back after the suspension at Gateway. He's in an even deeper hole now in terms of points to the elimination line. He is 98 points out with 11 races to go. I did the math again. I got my calculator out. He has to make up 9 points per race on the elimination line if he wants to make it in via points. That sounds doable for a former champion.
Doable.
It sounds doable, but there's so much in between, so many drivers going for that win. Can he get the win at Sonoma? He's won so many times at road courses, never at Sonoma. Does that worry you?
It worries me a little bit. He is a great road course racer, never won at Sonoma. The point situation worries me. They really have to lock down and make sure they're making no mistakes. I don't think they can throw away the idea that they could point themselves in and just try for the wins. They got to kind of do a little bit of both. But the big thing for me is make no mistakes. And they weren't able to do that last year. We saw Chase, he came down pit road last year. The crew, they changed the tires, but they weren't sure they got one of those lugs tight on the rear, had to bring him back down. So that ended his day in terms of looking for a win. So Chase Elliott, big thing for me, come out of the gate strong but mistake-free.
Yeah, and a good weekend starts with qualifying. If you want those stage points, you have to start up front, something the 9 team has not been doing lately.
Well, let's look back at a Sonoma win that was very special. Rewind 2016.
Yeah, NASCAR 75 flashback. We'll go back to 2016. Tony Stewart, his final win of all places came at Sonoma. It was so memorable, the final Tony Stewart win for Smoke. Really in Smoke fashion. Go to the final lap, a little contact from Denny Hamlin, moves Stewart out of the way, but Denny Hamlin, man, he made a big mistake. He left way too much racetrack on there. Stewart gets him back in the hairpin. He gets the win. Great celebration. Tony Stewart's father was there. He was in tears. Tony Stewart had won so many races in his life, but you could see the emotion of winning this particular race in his final season. Great memory.
There were so many things I loved about this one. First of all, he missed 8 races at the beginning of the year due to a back injury. So comes back, it's his last win of his career at Sonoma Raceway. You could see everybody cheering for him. He went down pit road, he was getting high fives, and he broke an 84 race winless streak. And we've actually seen that happen 3 times already this year. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, maybe this weekend?
Maybe this weekend. We'll see someone who's been waiting a long time get a little wine in victory lane.
All right, well, we'll have to wait and see. Tune in this weekend to the Toyota Save Mart 350, Sunday, June 11th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
And join us right back here on the preview show before Nashville. She's Kim, I'm Alan. We'll see you then.